1. Introduction. My name is Jen. I am 26 years old. Tonight there is a big party at my father's company building. It is a business party for important people. Many people are here. They wear nice clothes and talk about work. The room is large and bright. Music plays softly. I am here because my father asked me to come. I usually do not like parties like this. They are sometimes boring, but tonight feels different. I am standing near a window. I see a man across the room. He is tall and looks very strong. His face is handsome. He has dark hair and dark eyes. His eyes look around, then they stop on me. He looks at me for a long time. It feels strange, but also nice. His gaze is intense. It makes me feel like I am the only person in the room. I feel special when he looks at me. I do not know this man. He is a stranger. He starts to walk towards me. My heart beats a little faster. He stops in front of me. He smiles. His smile is soft, but his eyes look serious. He speaks to me. His voice is deep. "Hello," he says. "My name is John." "Hello, John," I say. "My name is Jen." He asks me, "Would you like to dance?" I feel surprised, but I say, "Yes, thank you." We walk to the dance floor. The music is slow. John puts his hand on my back. His hand feels strong and warm. We start to dance. He moves well. While we dance, we talk a little. He asks me about myself. I ask him about himself, but he does not say much. He just smiles. Dancing with him feels easy and natural. I like being close to him. I feel happy. He is very charming. I am instantly charmed by him. I forget about the party and the other people. I only see John. He makes me feel comfortable. I do not know anything about this man, John. I do not know why he is at my father's business party. I do not know that he knows my father. I do not know that he is my father's enemy. I do not know that he came here only because of my father. I do not know that I am his target. He is here for revenge. He wants to hurt my father, and I am part of his plan. But I do not know this. Right now, I only feel happy and charmed by this handsome stranger. I think this is just a nice meeting at a party. I think he is interested in me because he likes me. I have no idea about the danger. I have no idea that my life is about to change completely because of this man, John. I just dance with him and feel special. It feels like the start of something good, but it is not. It is the start of a difficult story. 2. A secret love. John started to visit me. He came when my father was not at home. He brought me flowers, beautiful colors, and sweet smells. We went out together many times. It was our secret. My father did not know about John. We went for walks in the park. We held each other's hands. We went on a small boat on the blue water. The sun was warm on our faces. John told me wonderful things. He said I was the most beautiful woman he had ever seen. He said my eyes were bright like stars in the night sky. He made me laugh often. He listened carefully when I talked. I felt very happy when I was with him. My heart felt light and full of joy. I started to fall deeply in love with him. It was a strong love, a secret love that grew bigger every day. We met many times, always in secret places. We talked for hours about everything. One day, it started to rain when we were outside. We did not run away from the rain. We stood under the sky, feeling the water. He looked at me with kind eyes. Then he kissed me. It was a perfect kiss in the rain. At home, my father sometimes spoke about a man he hated. He did not say the name John, but I felt it was him. My father said this man was his enemy. He said very bad things about him. His face looked angry when he spoke. I did not understand why my father felt so much hate. I did not know the reason. One day, John spoke about my father. His face was sad this time. He told me a story about the past. He said my father did something very bad to his family many years ago. He said my father took everything from them. He said my father ruined his family and caused him great pain. It was hard for me to hear this. I thought my father was a good man, but John looked sad and his story felt true to me. I was deeply in love with him. Love can make you believe things. I thought about my father's anger and John's sadness. I did not want to believe my father was a bad person, but I wanted to believe John more. He was my love. John explained everything about the past. He said his family lost their home and all their money because of my father's actions. He said his life was very difficult because of this. He said my father was not the good man I believed him to be. It was a difficult truth to think about. But my love for John was stronger than my old ideas. I decided to believe John. I chose his story over my father's words. This was our secret, our love and the truth about the past as John told it. We continued to meet secretly. Our love became stronger each day. I felt that John understood me completely. He was my whole world now. I did not tell my father about John because I knew he would be very angry. Our secret meetings were the best moments of my life. I waited for his calls and messages all the time. He planned our dates carefully, choosing places far from my father's eyes. We went to quiet cafes outside the city. We walked on peaceful beaches when the sun was going down. He sometimes gave me small gifts, simple things that showed he thought of me. Every moment I spent with him was special and important. I trusted him completely. His words felt like the real truth. The idea that my father could hurt someone like John was difficult for me to accept. But John's pain seemed very real. I thought that maybe my father was wrong about John being his enemy. Maybe there was a big misunderstanding from long ago. Maybe John was just trying to make things right after what happened. I wanted to help him. I wanted to be with him always. My love for John was the most important thing in my life now. It was a powerful, new feeling. I was happy to keep our love a secret if it meant I could be with him. I did not see any danger. I only saw my love for him. I believed his side of the story completely. My father's warnings felt like old problems that did not matter anymore. John felt like my future. I was lost in the happy feeling of being loved by him. He was the handsome stranger from the party who had become my secret love. I spent all my days thinking about him, waiting for the next time I could see his face and hear his voice. Our secret world felt perfect just for us. It was only me and John sharing his story about my father. I accepted his story as the only truth. My father's hatred felt like a wall between us. But John's love felt like my true home. I chose home. I chose John. 3, a fast wedding. After only 2 months of meeting John, he asked me a very important question. He wanted me to be his wife. I was so deeply in love with him. Everything felt perfect when I was with John. His eyes, his smile, his words, they made me feel like the only woman in the world. So when he asked, I did not think for long. I said yes immediately. I wanted to marry him more than anything, but my father was not happy, not at all. When he heard about our plan to marry, he became very angry. He came to me with a serious face. He begged me, almost cried, asking me not to do it. "Jen," he said, his voice shaking, "John is not who you think. He is a liar. He does not love you. He only wants revenge against me." My father told me that John's family lost many things because of a past problem with our family business. He said John wanted to take things from us now. He said John was using me as a way to hurt him, my father. He warned me that our marriage would not be about love for John. It would be about getting back at my father. He told me John was dangerous, but I did not listen to my father. My heart belonged to John. John had told me his side of the story. He told me my father was unfair to his family. I chose to believe John. I thought my father was just old and did not understand true love like ours. I thought my father was trying to stop my happiness. So I made a difficult decision. I decided to leave my father's house. I ran away with John. We left everything behind. It was just us. We traveled to a quiet place far away. It was a beautiful place by the sea. The water was blue and the air was fresh. In this place, we found a small church. It was old and simple. It was perfect for us. We decided to get married there very quickly, with no big party or many guests. It was a private ceremony. Only a few people were there to watch us. We stood together, holding hands, and said our wedding promises. We became husband and wife that day. Standing by the sea, with John by my side, I felt a great happiness. I felt strong and sure. I thought our love was powerful enough to conquer any problem. I truly believed that love had won. I thought I had started a wonderful new life with the man I loved. I thought all the warnings were wrong. I was married now. I was John's wife. This was my new story. 4. A strange marriage. Our life together as husband and wife began. It was strange. It felt like we lived two different lives in one house. At night, John was warm. He held me close. He was kind and loving. He spoke softly to me. He made me feel special. He was the man I fell in love with by the sea. The nights were full of closeness and sweet words. He seemed happy to be with me. He was like the man I had known during our secret meetings, but even more open with his feelings. But when the sun came up, John changed. He became quiet and distant. He did not smile much. He left the house early each morning. He did not tell me where he went or what he did. He was secretive. When he was home during the day, he was often in his own thoughts. He did not talk about his day. He did not ask about mine. It was like a wall was between us. This change confused me. How could one man be so loving at night and so cold in the day? I did not understand it. I tried to find reasons for his behavior. I told myself that maybe his work was very difficult. Perhaps he had many problems that he could not share. I thought that married life was not always easy. Maybe this was normal. Maybe this was a part of love that was hard to learn. I told myself that the good parts, the nights, were the real parts. I tried to believe that the coldness in the day was just because he was busy or tired. I wanted our love to be true and strong. I did not want to think that something was wrong. So I made excuses for him in my mind. I hoped that the days would become as warm as the nights soon. I waited for the distant man to become the loving husband all the time. This was my new life, a life of warm nights and cold days. It was a strange marriage. 5, a bad paper. One day I was by myself in the house. John was away. I went into his office. I did not go in there often. His office was a serious place. I saw some papers on the desk. I was not looking for anything special. But one paper was on top. It had my name printed on it. My name, Jen. I felt a little strange, but I picked it up to read. The paper was written in difficult language. It looked like a very important document. A contract. I read slowly, trying to understand the words. Then I saw the terrible meaning. This paper was a secret contract. It said that if I died, John would become the owner of all my father's money, all of it, every single coin. My body felt cold. My hands started to shake hard. I could not breathe easily. This paper felt heavy in my hands. It was the key to everything. The quick wedding. Marrying me after only 2 months. Why? My father's warnings. He shouted that John was a liar. He shouted that John only wanted revenge. I closed my eyes for a second, remembering his face, full of worry. I thought it was love. I thought our secret romance was real love. I thought marrying by the sea was a beautiful new start. But this paper showed me a different story. A very bad story. It was not about love. It was about money. It was about waiting for me to die. I felt a terrible pain in my heart. I felt very stupid. I knew I had to go. I had to show this paper to the one person who told me the truth. My father. I ran out of the office. I ran out of the house as fast as my legs could carry me. I ran all the way to my father's house. When he opened the door, he saw the fear and the tears on my face. I could not speak well. I just held out the paper to him. He took it from my shaking hand. He read it quickly. His face became very sad. Tears appeared in his eyes. He looked at me with deep sadness. He did not need to say many words. His eyes told me he knew. He had known all along. He spoke softly. "Now do you believe me, my dear daughter?" My worst fears were true. The love I thought I had was a lie. 6. Love and hate. After I ran to my father and showed him the paper, everything changed. The truth felt like a cold stone in my heart. I knew John married me for money and revenge. My father had been right all along. I should have felt only anger and hate for John, but it was not simple. When I thought about John, my feelings were mixed. A part of me felt the deep hurt of his betrayal. He had lied to me from the first day. He used my love for his plan. This made me feel a strong hate, but another part of me remembered the good times. I remembered his smile, his strong hands, his soft voice when we were alone. I remembered how he looked at me like I was the most important person. At night, he was not cold. He was warm and loving. His touch still made my heart beat fast. When he was near, I still felt a strange pull towards him. It was confusing. My mind told me he was bad, but my heart still felt something for him. Was the love I felt completely fake? Was it all a performance for his plan? I knew I needed to hear it from him. I had to confront him. I had to ask him the truth about the paper, about the quick wedding, about the revenge. One evening, I found him alone. My hands were shaking a little, but I looked him in the eye. I asked him about the contract. I asked him if he married me only for my father's money and to hurt my father. John looked at me for a long moment. His face was hard at first, then it softened a little. He did not try to lie this time. He spoke quietly. He said, yes, it started because of revenge. He admitted that he planned to use me to get back at my father for something that happened many years ago. He said the marriage was part of that plan. My heart sank hearing him say the words. But then he said something else. He looked at me with an intense look. He said, "But then things changed. I didn't plan for this, but I fell in love with you, Jen." He said he didn't want the revenge anymore. He said he just wanted me. I listened to him, trying to read his face. Could this be true? Could he really fall in love after planning such a cruel thing? Could love grow from lies and hate? I didn't know what to believe anymore. His words sounded possible, but the facts of the paper and his plan were clear. I felt lost, caught between the hate for his betrayal and the love that still felt real inside me. I was unsure what was true in our story. 7. The last lie. I could not stop thinking about John's words. Did he love me, or was it all a lie? I needed to know the truth. One night, I decided to follow him. I waited until he left the house. I got into my car quietly and drove after him. I stayed far behind so he would not see me. He drove to a building in the city. It was late, but lights were on inside. I waited outside for a long time. Then I saw him go in. I got out of the car slowly and went to the building door. I found a way to listen near a room. I heard voices. One voice was John's. The other was a man I did not know. The man was a lawyer. They were talking about money. My father's money. My money now, I thought. They talked about papers, about moving the money. They talked about plans. I heard John say my name. He talked about the marriage. He talked about my father. He said hard things. I heard him say it was the plan from the start. To get the money, to hurt my father. My hands felt cold. My heart started to beat very fast. They talked about lying, about how easy it was. I wanted to run away, but my feet could not move. I heard them laugh. It was a terrible sound. Then the door opened. John stood there. He saw me. His face did not change. There was no surprise, no fear, no love, only a cold look. I could not speak. He looked at me for a moment, then he spoke. His voice was flat. He said, "You heard." I just looked at him. He did not look sorry, not at all. He said, "You were just the tool. I needed you. Your father took everything from me, my family's future, my life. I needed a way to take it back. You were that way." He said it simply, like telling me the time. He said the marriage was part of the plan. The love words were part of the lie. Everything was for revenge, against my father, using me. My heart felt like it broke into 1,000 small pieces. It was not just a little pain. It was like glass breaking inside me. The man I loved was a stranger, a cruel man. The truth was a terrible weight on my chest. The last lie was the worst one. It took everything away. 8, I go away. The house was dark and quiet. It was very late, past midnight. I could not stay here anymore. I had heard the truth. It was like a cold stone in my chest. I walked softly through the rooms. I did not turn on any lights. My feet made no sound on the floor. I went to the bedroom. John was sleeping. I looked at him for a moment. My heart felt heavy, full of pain and anger. I did not take any clothes. I did not take any bags. I did not take anything that belonged to this life with him. I just needed to leave. I opened the front door slowly. The air outside was cool. I closed the door behind me very quietly. I walked away from the big house. I walked in the dark street. I did not know where to go at first, but my feet knew the way. They wanted to go home. I walked for a long time. My mind was empty and full at the same time. Empty of hope, full of the lies I had heard. It was a long way to my father's house. Maybe I took a taxi later. I do not remember clearly. Everything felt like a bad dream. When I got to my father's house, it was still dark, but a light was on inside. My father was waiting. He opened the door. He saw me standing there. I was tired and my eyes were red from crying. I did not say anything. I just walked into his arms. He held me close. I cried and cried. He did not ask questions. He just held me. I felt safe here in my old home, but I felt broken inside. The love I thought was real was only a plan. Days passed. My father took care of me. Slowly, I started to feel a little stronger. My phone started to ring. It was John. He called many times. He sent text messages. He sent flowers to the house. He tried to talk to me, but I did not answer. I did not want to hear his voice. I did not want to read his words. They were all lies before. I could not believe him now. I told my father to send the flowers away. I turned off my phone for a long time. I needed to be away from him completely. I needed to end this story. It was a story full of beautiful lies and hard truths. It hurt very much, but it was a lesson, a painful lesson about love and trust. I had to leave the lies behind me. I had to start a new story without him. I stayed with my father. I started to build my life again, slowly, step by step. The pain was still there like a scar, but I knew I made the right choice. I went away from the man who used me. I went away from the lies, and I did not look back. My story with John was finished.